Lies and slander. We're not going to do another round. There's only 12 seconds left of ads. Good morning. I'm a little low. It just is what it is. Sorry, this is your hello hands. There's your lump of coal. I will put it in there when I turn around properly. But good morning. How are we? Good morning, Amy. It is the week of Christmas and Hanukkah. Both of them start on Wednesday. How exciting. It's nice to be here. We probably won't be here like the usual 3 hours. I learned last night about an hour and a half is as long as I can sit up. I've leaned my chair back a little bit, so it's a little more comfortable. But that is that. But yeah, we've got Sims on the schedule today, which is fantastic. But if we don't get to Sims, I don't think anybody will be super upset. I'm just curious what you guys have been up to, because I can tell you I've been up to doing fuck all. That's all I've done. I've laid in bed. So I know that like a lot of people talk about the life-changing positive aspects of having bariatric surgery. Let me tell you, that is not my current situation. I am a bitter bitch right now. I know it's going to get better, right? Like, yeah, I know it's going to get better. But right now, I just want to reverse every decision. It's fine, right? Like, we'll be fine. But like the healing process, if you've ever had any sort of abdominal surgery, the healing process sucks. That's what I'm mad about right now. I'm constantly uncomfortable. The other thing is I just want mashed potatoes so bad. And I still have a week before I'm off my all liquid diet. The most solid thing I'm allowed to eat right now is yogurt. And let me tell you, I feel like we have yogurt and I have the little protein shakes and that's fine. But I feel like everything is sweet. And it's not like I'm anti-sweet. I like sweet. I like my yogurt, the protein shakes we have. I do have soup, right? We put protein powder in the soup. Yeah, mine was laparoscopic as well. But like my yogurt is sweet. Our protein shakes are sweeter. I'm allowed to have Jello, which is sweet. I can have my soup, which is like the non-sweetest thing I have. But like, I just want some mashed potatoes, man. Some mashed potatoes, a little bit of stuffing. I'd be so happy, but I still have a week. Everybody in my family's like, are you going to Christmas? No, because you guys are going to be eating food that I can't have. And I'm still in like, Christmas Day will be like 2 weeks exactly from my surgery date. I do like cottage cheese, but I'm not allowed to have that yet. I might be able to have that starting the 30th. I have an appointment with my nutritionist on the 30th, and they will tell me what I'm allowed to have on my pureed food diet. I really fucking hope mashed potatoes is on that list. Like, I'm not going to lie, I'm probably not supposed to have applesauce right now, but I do eat that. I do eat applesauce occasionally. You just need something. I like the other thing I'm doing right now that I probably shouldn't be doing, but I'm not going to stop, is every once in a while I'll get a spoonful of peanut butter, like a teaspoonful, and I just lick it because it's not sweet and like texturally it's different than Jello and soup and yogurt. So I occasionally just eat a lollipop of peanut butter, and they can't be mad at that. It's got protein in it, you know? It is what it is. Hello, Luna. Good morning. But like, you wanna know my biggest gripe about this fucking surgery was the IV tech. I don't know if you can see on my hand. I have this dot right here. I know. I'm so happy to be here. This dot right here is where the IV was in. That's where they put it in. I don't know if you can tell how discolored this is. My IV was taken out on the 12th. On the 12th. I am so mad at that tech. Like, I'm bitter about it. And like, I walked in and I told her, she walks in, right? And she's got all of her stuff. And I was like, hey, by the way, just so you know, I'm a really hard stick. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be like, joke's on you. I'm actually we have had this discussion. Like you guys know, like, I'm a really hard stick. And she was like, good morning, Smarmy. And she was like, I've been a tech for 25 years. And I'm like, that's fantastic. I'm still a really hard stick. Like, most of the time, they have to use that little vein finding machine to figure out where it is. And even then, my veins will like run away. And she was like, I have my ways. And I'm like, that's fantastic. But I bruise really easily. And they last, like, I'm trying to tell her, like, could you just use the fucking machine without saying, can you just use the fucking machine, right? And she's like, and what happens, you know, she's like, I have my ways. I'm old school. What happens if the machine goes down? Is the machine down today, right now? Is it available for you to fucking use? Right? Like, can you tell I'm so fucking mad at it? I'm so fucking mad at it. And she's like going on and 25 years experience, and you can't rely on the technology and da. This woman takes my hand, bends it, puts my pinky and my thumb together and slams I was so fucking, as soon as she did it, like, it was in there hard enough that my skin was pushed back. Like, the IV was holding my skin back. And she did it, and I looked at it, and I looked at her, and I was like, are you sure that this is correct? Because that's pretty uncomfortable, right? And she just laughed and taped it down and walked out. And I'm just like, great, fantastic. Now I'm stuck with this fucking thing because, like, you know, and the nurse comes in, and I looked at her, I said, are we sure this thing isn't going to fall out? Like, and she's like, oh, it looks like it's in there really good. And I was like, yeah, really good. And she was like, that's probably a little uncomfortable. I was like, it sure the fuck is. Jesus fuck, man. And then, like, you know, they unhook you from the stuff. So it was in there. I got unhooked from my IV later in the night on the 11th, but they leave it in case, like, you're nauseous, because you're not allowed to be sick after you have that done. Like, you were not allowed to be sick. So if I got nauseous, they would push meds through the IV line. I get it, right? I didn't need any of that. So when they came in, they're like, oh, we're going to take your IV out. I was like, thank you, Jesus. But now every time I bump the back of my hand on something, it hurts because I have a fucking bruise the size of a $50 on my hand. It's ridiculous. This probably is more uncomfortable than any of my incisions at this point. So there's that. I know it just sounds like I'm complaining. I am. You know, that's what we do. As far as everything. I wash my hands. I hit the countertops. Like, every time I move this hand, it hurts. And so, like, that's fantastic. And then the other day, for the first time, like, I was home. I have learned that multivitamins that I'm taking, Mr. Quiv is fantastic and found me an alternative, and we're hoping that those work. They arrive today. But the multivitamins I take are massive. They're like, I kid you not, they're huge. You know, when you hear horse pill, like, that's what it is. And they make me nauseous. So I've started taking them at night. But the other day I ate my breakfast and then I took my medicine. Oh, I haven't taken my medicine today. Now I will have to go do that. It made me nauseous. It made me extraordinarily nauseous to the point where I really thought I was going to be sick. I didn't. I did cough really fucking hard 3 times. And ended up going back to the hospital because I was like, did I fuck something up? Because I was very uncomfortable. I have irritated the stitches on my left side. So I have regressed in my healing on my spot down here, which was like my own fault, right? Like, I should have waited a little longer. I got impatient, but it is what it is. So I've only had one. I'm reading while I'm trying to talk. Hold on. Sepsis thing I told them. Oh, yeah, see? Yeah, I don't blame you. I would also require... I've only had one time where I've had anything in my spine. I can't remember what it was. It wasn't a tap. They gave me an epidural because I had to do scans on something on my back because I was in, like, a terrible car accident in 2004. And, like, I didn't have a bad experience. I was terrified of it, though, because of situations like that. I was like, what if they miss? What if they hit a nerve? What if, like, you know, like, all of the what ifs when they go into your spine with a huge fucking needle. But she did warn me. She was like, you're going to feel like an elephant is sitting in your chest as soon as we start releasing this. And boy, oh boy, if that was not the truth. I was like, oh my God. She was like, you just have to remember to breathe. And I was like, I don't know if I can. She was like, if you can talk, you can breathe. But like, that's the only time I've ever had it happen. But like, I can't say I blame you. Also, if you guys hear Isla at any point in time crying, it is 100% because she doesn't understand why I can't pick her up. I'm on a like 10 to 20 pound weight limit. I've heard two different weights. So I'm just sticking to the lower one, and all of my cats are fat. All of them weigh between 12 and 15 pounds. So she's very vocally letting me know that she is unsatisfied with the fact I have not picked her up in 2 weeks. Yeah, like and that's just it. I hate when people in the medical field have an ego, regardless of their field, and they know when they mess up and they refuse to acknowledge it. They just continue doing what they're doing, and then you as the patient have to deal with the consequences of that. Yeah, I'm not a difficult patient. You're an incompetent medical care worker. Like, that's just what it is. So, like, and I will be a difficult patient. If you, like, I will never, ever, ever let a phlebotomist, people who do the IV text, whatever, do that shit again. If they're like, oh, I have 25 years experience, and they start positioning my hand, I'm like, I don't care how much fucking experience you have. You go get that fucking machine, because I'm not doing this right now. Like, yeah, that's just insanity to me. I don't understand. I don't know why they can't just say, ooh, I fucked up, or ooh, I might need to grab somebody to help me. Like, we are real people with real problems. We're here because we're having an issue, be it pain or whatever the case may be. I don't need you to exasperate my situation. I'm here asking you for help. And I know sometimes it has to feel worse before it feels better, but not when you're fucking with my spine. And that's it. And they will always say that. And as soon as anybody in any field apologizes, they're owning that they messed up. And you have every right at that point to sue. So they will always tell you to not apologize. I worked home health care for a while. And there was one time I did genuinely fuck up. I gave this lady the wrong medicine. I called my boss immediately. And it wasn't a big deal because it wasn't but like I immediately called. He goes, you don't apologize. You just say, hey, this medication was given, and that's it. And I was like, all right, even though I fucked up. Like, the patient was cool. The family was cool. But like, yeah. Yeah, you apologize to me. I'm like, okay, they're human too. But if you're going to be like, not my problem, I'm like, it's going to be your fucking problem. So, but yeah, I'm over it. But yeah, we did all that. I've been home. I've been lounging, obviously, for days. It's been, for me, I am feeling very unproductive. Exactly, Amy. Exactly. And I know I haven't been, but like, I feel very unproductive. I'm very excited for like the 3-month mark where I can like get back to like eating normal food. That seems so silly, but like, I like food and I miss food. But like today I have to, so Christmas Eve, my sister-in-law and her family, they all get together and they do soup and cookies. So everybody brings a soup, and then my sister-in-law typically will make all of these cookies and like sugar cookies and stuff, and they decorate them, and everybody goes home with soup and cookies. I'm obviously not going to go to that this year, even though I could eat the soup. Again, I am not even 2 weeks out from surgery. We're close, but we're not there. And I love these people very much, but they don't always take into consideration that I'm immunocompromised because nobody else in the family is, and that I am currently healing from a pretty extensive surgery. So I don't want to risk one of them coming over with a cold and me ending up catching it. Like, it's not against them. But if they're like, oh, it's just a cold, no big deal, that's for them. For me, it is a pretty big deal right now. So I'm just avoiding the situations. But I've got to make gingerbread cookie dough to send over with Mr. Quiv. Because, yeah, exactly. And then they're not, I don't think they would do it maliciously at all. I just don't think they think about that right now. And that's absolutely fine because, it's not going to affect them the way it affects me. So I have to be selfish. And say, hey, as much as I would love to see you guys and hang out, I will be here. Yeah. So, But like, not like I'm immunocompromised, but I'm also on hydroxychloroquine, which is an immunosuppressant medication. So like, I'm double fucked. I don't go out without a mask in public. It doesn't fucking happen. Especially in the winter. Like if it's summertime and we're out like at a park or whatever, I may not wear it. But like in closed spaces, I have a mask on. Do not play with me. But yeah, I got to make gingerbread cookie dough today so he can take it with him tomorrow because I like to let it rest for 24 hours. And my brother is like, just give us the recipe. Abso-fucking-lutely not. You're not getting my gingerbread cookie dough recipe. Is it good? Yes. Is that why they want it? Yes. But if I give it to you, then you can make it on your own. And I'm not going to allow that. You're going to have to ask me for these fucking cookies every year. All right? That's just what it is. So he's not getting the recipe. I'll send the dough over. If you can figure out the ingredients, good on you. The thing is, it's not even my recipe. I found it online. But I'm not coming up off it. They can find it themselves. And then the other thing I have to make is no-bake cookies, like the chocolate oatmeal. You just put them... I don't know what everybody calls them. We've always called them no-bakes. I've heard people call them chocolate oatmeal cookies, which I feel like doesn't imply the fact that they just sit on your counter and harden. But that's my brother's like all-time favorite cookie. So I will be making a bunch of those for him specifically. If he shares them, good on him, but I don't see that happening. But it's so funny because last year is the first year I've made the gingerbread cookies, and that's all they've talked about is if I'm going to make gingerbread cookies again this year. So when they heard that I was not going to make it to the cookie party, they were all upset. And I was like, yeah, see, we've always called them no-bakes. And I was like, instead of bringing a soup, can he just bring the dough? Because I promise you that dough is more expensive to make than any soup. And they all agreed that that was a fine idea. And then on Christmas Day, I will be here hanging out with whoever is available to hang out. No rush. Go spend the day with your family. Hanukkah, because I believe Wednesday is also the first day of Hanukkah. So if you celebrate Hanukkah, I also expect you to not be here. Yeah, and that's absolutely valid. I mean, we'll only be here for like an hour and a half probably. But I will be here for a little bit, and then I will be sending like dinner rolls over with him because I won't be there. And we all bring a dish. So he's bringing like the paper plates and stuff, and then he'll bring dinner rolls. So, but that's all we've been doing. I've been sitting there. Let me tell you, I already told the group chat, but like there was a 24-hour period last week where I watched The Mummy Returns. We did not watch The Scorpion King because that movie doesn't count. And we did not watch The Mummy 3 because if Rachel Weisz isn't in it, I don't want it. And then I watched the entire Twilight saga. All of them. All 6 fucking movies. 5 fucking movies. I don't know. In a 24-hour period. When I tell you I was just in the bed, I'm so for real. I did get up and walk because I want you to walk like 15 minutes every day and kind of increase it. Hello, Amari. I'm glad you're alive. Welcome home. I am doing okay. Okay. I've missed you guys too. That's why we're here. We'll probably be here for about another half hour. Real talk. Because I will be getting uncomfortable here shortly. I can already feel it starting, but we're not there yet. Hello, Lynn. Boop-a-doo. That's my favorite part of the sound. That part right there. I gotta get Jess's sound. She sent me what she wants, and I have to get it set up. But I don't think she'll be upset. It is what it is. The nice thing about this chair is, as I get uncomfortable sitting up, I can just slowly sit myself back. But I can't really do much when I'm sitting like this. I look like a fucking gremlin right now. But yeah, that's been my experience. Amaryllis, I'm glad you made it home safe. So. I'm glad that they're healing. Steam burns are the worst. People are like, oh, I can take hot popped oil on my hands and my face. I can deal with touching an oven rack. I've done it multiple times. You've already got your coal creative. It is already in the stocking. I did that before I left, but yes, hello. But steam burns, I avoid steam burns like the fucking plague. Ain't no fucking way. It's not happening. Ain't no way. So, recovery is going. I complained at the beginning of stream. I'm tired of liquid food. I still have another week on that. I'm actually very fortunate to only have another week. When they set up you're absolutely fine. I'm not going to be here on the 30th because I also have a video doctor's appointment to talk about getting on not fucking liquid food. But they were looking at my appointments, and my appointment initially to get off of a full liquid diet was on the 6th, I think, of January. And my coordinator was like, that's way too long for you to be on a full liquid diet. Like, you need to. So they got me in on the 30th, because technically I should have been in on Friday of this week, but it's holidays, right? Like, I'm not faulting anybody. Very nice, very nice. That's always exciting. But yeah, I fucked up and ended up back in. I didn't fuck up. I had a really bad day. Ended up back in the urgent care to make sure I hadn't ruptured anything. I didn't. I just irritated an incision site, which is why we are slouching today. But like, there's 7. They give you. I got 7 incision points, right? It kind of looks like a triangle sideways, like an arrowhead on my tummy, and like the 3 on this side are fine, but there's one right under my boobage. Real talk, I cannot currently wear a bra, which is also one of the reasons we are low, because it sits on that incision stitch, and it really is very uncomfortable. I didn't have a drain, actually, shockingly enough. At least when I woke up from surgery, there was no drain. There may have been one in, but like, I went in for surgery at 9 and came out I was awake at 2. And I did not have a drain. But like, I have one above my belly button, one to the right of my belly button, and one above that. There's like this little trifecta that are, boy, if they're going to give me problems, they are the most uncomfortable, right? And I'm a side sleeper. I haven't been able to sleep on my side. I was able to sleep on my side one day last week, and then I coughed really hard, too hard, and that irritated it, and I can't sleep on my side again. See, I had my gallbladder removed, and they, shockingly, I'm like, let me show you. I can't show you because I would be flashing the fucking camera, and I like you guys too much to be banned. But I have an incision, like, if this is my where my boobs sit, right? I have an incision here from my gallbladder, and they went like here for so I don't know if like it wasn't good to go back through the same incision, if it was just not in a good spot, but like, I expected them to go back through that spot. If I got that turned into an arrow tattoo, right? If I ever want to be banned on Twitch, I'll just show you all my surgery incisions. It'll be fine. We'll just show them all off. If I got that turned into an arrow, my entire stomach would be just covered in tattoo. I think I had 4, and mine was also endoscopic. So, and they're all on my right hand side, obviously. But like, the other interesting thing I saw when I woke up, right? I have my 7 incision points, but on the lower part of my stomach, I have these 2 bruises. And my guess is that's where like the machine was like, they had it resting there, because there's no incision. It just is. It looks like, fuck you, I'm not picking you up. I can't touch the ground. It looks like something was resting like this, because there's like a bullseye point and then a bruise around it. So I would have liked to try the GLP-1s, but my insurance doesn't cover those. And Mr. Quiv is currently doing a GLP-1. They did not get me a grabber. Mr. Quiv is currently doing a GLP-1, and he is doing fantastic on it, but like, we pay a lot of money out of pocket every month. So, hello, Jamet. I'm glad to be back. I can't say I've missed most of your faces because I've been like popping in and lurking in some of your streams. I don't say much, but I try to be there when I'm awake. So, I don't think I'm going to need a revision, hopefully. I don't want a revision. I hear a lot of people talk about having to have a revision after they have a sleeve, because I got a sleeve. I didn't get a bypass. So, I am not diabetic. Although I did see on...
And the best part of this plan is...
Technically...
No one can stop me.
I could stop you. I just won't. technically I can stop anybody here in this space. I because I don't have a gallbladder, like we were discussing whether it would be better to do the bypass or the sleeve. And they're like, well, if you don't have a gallbladder, let's do the sleeve. And I was like, fantastic. Also, I'm probably going to have to be reevaluated for POTS at some point here in the next 6 months because, you know, like one of the telltale signs of POTS, other than like blood pooling and all of that stuff, is if you get dizzy when you stand up. That's a good time. I take so long to stand up right now, not because I'm in pain, because I don't want to have to sit back down to stand back up again. But like we also knew that was a distinct possibility because like I haven't been diagnosed with it, but like I'm right there on the borderline. And my surgeon was like, there's a good possibility after the surgery that like you'll get an official diagnosis because like he was looking at all of my stuff and he like all of my blood work. They look at everything, right? And he was like, I'm surprised you haven't already been diagnosed with it, but after surgery, don't be surprised if you do. So I don't understand what, and like, you know, I'm on Reddit. I'm a cool kid. I'm on Reddit. And I'm in the sleeve and the bariatric surgery Reddit subreddits. And I see so many people say they had to get a revision, but I don't understand. Like, they never say why. So I'm not sure why they're getting a revision. Is it because like, I just don't understand. So my guess is I'm not going to need a revision. I'm just going to stick with that mentality. Yeah, I am. I'm a cool kid. I'm on Reddit. You can find me over there. I will tell you my username, but it will give you my real name because I was not on Twitch when I made my username over there. And so I will never tell you my username. Congratulations. I do have a Reddit account that I use that is not my actual name. It's my handle here. But I never really use it. I never use it. But yeah, I'm tired of shakes. I'm tired of soup. I'm tired of yogurt. And then like, you know, you have to eat, like I was told to eat between 65 and 100 grams of protein a day. I hit the low end of that. I know. What's so funny though, right, is I made my original Reddit account. I think it was like August 12th of 2004 or something. I don't know. It's been a while. And then I made my second Reddit account exactly X amount of years later. Same day, same month. Exactly. It's just a different year. And maybe 10 years, maybe it is. I haven't had too hard of a time because we got the unflavored protein. So I'm able to mix that into like my soups. So it's just, I don't like the one that we got for my soup. If I heat it up, like I have to put it in cold and then put the warm soup on top of it. Because if I put it in and then heat it up, it gets really thick and it is texturally a fucking nightmare. I can't. So I get at least 50 from my protein shakes or 50 from a protein shake and a soup. And then I have like yogurt and another like little thing with protein in it throughout the day. It's like I'm hitting the minimum goal. What I'm actually having a hard time with is the water because they want you to drink a minimum of 48 ounces of water. And I've gotten better, right? Like we've gotten better as the weeks have progressed. But like the first week, there was no way I was hitting both of those goals. I was hitting one or the other. I was either going to be drinking my water or eating or getting the protein in. And like your soups and your protein shakes, those count as like fluid intake. But getting the water intake on top of the protein intake has been rough. Yeah. So and they're like, you know, like a lot of people in these subreddits have a 30-30 rule. You can't eat or drink, or you can't drink, for 30 minutes before you eat or 30 minutes after. And I'm like, how the fuck are you guys drinking? Because like I eat every 2 hours. I don't understand. Every 2.5 to 3 hours. And I'm not eating a lot, right? Like I'm having 4 to 5 ounces of whatever it is I'm having. But like my doctor was like, don't drink for 10 minutes before, 20 minutes after. Like I have a 30-minute rule, but like it's 10 minutes before and 30 minutes or in 20 minutes after. It does. And like they suggested I have an app right now called Berrytastic. I can't figure out how to use it. I try to set up like the timers and stuff. They don't go off. So I've just been using my phone's timers. I have like 7,000 alarms on my phone right now. It is what it is, right? Yeah, I was never told that. But like I've like been reading through some of these things. I was very lucky on my pre-op diet because so many people were on like complete liquid diets for like 2 to 4 weeks before their surgery. I wasn't. I was on protein shake, snack, like within a small list, but it didn't have to be liquid. Protein shake, and then I could have like a healthy choice TV dinner and another, like I was having 3 meals and 2 snacks. But some of these people have been on, and then you have to be on that full liquid diet for 2 to 3 weeks afterwards. Holy, that's like a long time to not eat any real food. I couldn't do it. I could not imagine. It's incredible. And like, I mean, I could have done it if I had to, right? Like I'm doing it now begrudgingly, but the other thing nobody warned you about, by the way, if you are considering having this done, I'm just going to hit you with all the cons right now. We'll get to the pros in like 3 months when they start happening. Right now, I'm just in con world. My mouth is disgusting. Doesn't matter how many times I brush my teeth, I floss, I use mouthwash. It is so fucking gross. I feel like, you know how you eat, like, this is going to sound really weird, but you eat like cheese, but you don't drink anything and it sits in your mouth for like 30 seconds and you have that like dry kind of like, you can feel how hot your breath is. That's me all the time right now. It does not matter. And like, I'm reading on different things and they call it keto dragon breath. Because I guess the diet we're on technically right now is a keto diet. But like nobody warned me of this before surgery. Nobody was like, hey, by the way, post surgery on that full liquid diet, you are constantly going to have the most foul breath you've ever had in your life. Just be prepared for that because it is so true. I probably swish my mouth with mouthwash 6 or 7 times a day because like I feel it and it feels gross. So slippery, furry, Pepper John Carnage. All right. I love the Twitch clip names. I love them. They're fantastic. Oh, the other thing that's been really hard for me is not using a straw. Like, I knew that was the thing that was going to happen. Because they're worried about you like taking in too much air. Although everybody tells me that like that's false. You can't do that. I'm just going to say I don't know how true that is. I feel like if I drink regularly through this, I take in air. If I drink through a straw, I take in air. I just take in air. All right? That's just what I do. But I do miss using a straw. I'm hoping that as time progresses, I will be able to use a straw in the future. But like it was so funny because even the nurse, she came in to offer when I had to go back in to make sure I hadn't fucked anything up. She came in with a cup and she went to offer me a straw. And I was like, I can't have that. And she was like, oh, that's right. I was like, I would love a straw right now. That would be fucking fantastic. But I can't have it. Sorry for making you come in here with that. But yeah, that's, I don't know. I don't have much else to say on the topic. I'm tired of not being able to have food. I'm ready for mashed potatoes so bad. Hopefully Monday they release. That's the other thing, right? January 2nd is my birthday. So I have missed Thanksgiving. Couldn't eat the food. Because that's when they started me on my pre-op diet. What a bunch of bitches. I'm missing Christmas because I can't have the food. And I'm not about to be sitting there smelling things and watching people eat things that I can't have. It's not happening. And on my birthday, if I could have mashed potatoes, that's all I want. That's all I want. I can't even go anywhere fancy for dinner. I can't. I've got to be really careful with sugars. I'm not allowed to have more than 5 grams of added sugars in anything I eat. Like I have Fruity Pebbles protein powder. Yeah. So like, again, Mr. Quiv is fantastic. Every time my birthday is on January 2nd. So what, a week and a half. Also, if anybody sees Arudia, I have to message her. Her birthday was Saturday, and I was unaware. So if you guys see Eru and you haven't wished her a happy birthday, thank you, Amaryllis. I appreciate that. Yes, Amaryllis is also on the 1st. Her birthday is January 1st, and she will be streaming Palea, and she will be doing a cake party, and you guys should all be there, because I will also be there. It's the IsoPure. They sell. I know they sell the Cocoa Pebbles one in Walmart, in the protein aisle, and we have that one too. And we also have their I don't know where the cats are. We also have like a peanut butter chocolate one, which is actually fantastic. So, the thing about leaning, especially in this chair, yeah, it's ISO, is my butt hurts, man. Yep. And the thing with dumping syndrome, I have to be careful because I already don't have a gallbladder. So I don't need to not have a gallbladder and eat too much sugar. I will live in the bathroom. That was Sarius's. Right? But that, like, normally there's a restaurant we go to. I went to every year for my birthday in La Crosse called Buzzard Billy's. And I always got their blackened chicken Alfredo. I have not had the opportunity to eat too fast because I'm on a full liquid diet. I'm sure I'm going to fuck up once that happens. Exactly. Give me a little like tiered marshmallow. Can you tell that I'm missing certain things? A mashed potato tier cake. I'm down. But I can't have that this year, which makes me sad because that's what I get every year. Every year. It's so good. But if I can have mashed potatoes, I'll be happy. Like, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. We'll get there. I'm over here just thinking about food now. Which is fine because in 15 minutes or so, we'll head out in like 15 minutes or so. We will be eating a fantastic protein shake. Yeah. I know, right? This is one of the hardest, longest weeks. You got everybody getting together. Well, for an introvert, this is a long week. You got people wanting to hang out. You got to go see family members that you only see once a year because you have to, not because you want to. You got to get gifts for people that you don't like. I'm telling you, just call me fucking Scrooge McDuck right now. I'm bitter. I'm so bitter over it, but it's okay. We'll be fine. I don't mind the holidays. I don't know. I don't celebrate Christmas. Like I celebrate it because they celebrate it, but like in my house, nobody here we're not really a religious family, you know? I love my in-laws so much. I love them so much. My sister-in-law's family is fantastic. We tell them every fucking year we are only getting gifts for people under 18. Not because we don't love them. Oh, I'm sorry, she's in the hospital. Not because we don't love them, but because there are 2 of us and there are 1,000 of them. And we end up spending so much, right? It is not like we can afford to do it. We can afford to do it. But like when you're a family of 5 and you only have to add in 2 presents, it's easier. But when you're a family of 2 and you have to add in 5 more gifts for one family and 7 more gifts for another family, and you know what I mean? Like it gets to be a little much. And every year we tell them this, and every year they agree, and then every year my sister-in-law is like, by the way, they got you guys gifts. So then we have to turn around and buy gifts because then we're the asshole. If we don't show up with anything. So like, I can't do banana, unfortunately. I would love to, but bananas try to kill me. And that's the other thing that's so hard. Everybody has these shake recipes that look fantastic, and all of them have banana. And I'm just like, oh, man. You're not stupid. It's just not a common allergy. It just, most people aren't allergic to bananas. But it's because of, we've talked about it, and everybody's like, oh, that's a great idea. And it never happens. It never happens. So, I did not pick out any Christmas gifts this year. Mr. Quiv did all of the Christmas shopping. So he did a pretty good job. Like, they send over a list. The best one in there is my sister-in-law's youngest niece. She has an Amazon wish list that she fills out like throughout the year. She'll put stuff on it. She's the only one that does this, and I don't know why. And then she will send you a spreadsheet, right? And if you're going to get the gift, you just mark it off the spreadsheet. So she knows what she's getting, and she knows who's getting it, which is fine. But like, thank you, because now I know exactly what you want, and I know that this person has already got this thing, so I can get something else. And that makes sense, right? Like, I get it. Yeah. Like, Mr. Quiv was just asking, he would just text people like, what do you want? And they'd be like, oh, I want this. So that's what he got them. So many people wanted socks. It's incredible. Also, this that you're seeing is my retainer. I had to take out my septum for the surgery, right? And so I have this retainer that I put in. And now I can't get my septum pierced. I need somebody to help me get my septum piercing back in, and Mr. Quiv can't do it. So we have to make an appointment at a shop. So this red thing is nothing but a retainer. Listen, we love our air fryer. I swear we have like 15 of those fucking things. We have we have a toaster oven that can be an air fryer. We have an air fryer that's an air fryer. We have an old air fryer. I don't know if we still have that or not, but we have like 3 or 4 air fryers in this house. They're great. Air fryers are, everybody, like, I've never heard, oh, you don't need an air fryer. They're overhyped. No, they're not. They make the best chicken nuggets. You can make boiled eggs in the air fryer. If you put in a graham cracker, a marshmallow, a chocolate, and another graham cracker, and you set it at 325 for 2 minutes, you have a little s'more. Don't ask me how I know. I think it's pretty evident. You want to know what I use my air fryer for the most? S'mores. That's what I use it for. I love s'mores. I love them. Yeah. We have a small amount of space in our kitchen, because it's like, if we were in The Sims, our kitchen counters are 5 tiles wide, and our sink is right in the middle. So we only have, and one of them has the toaster oven on it, and then the other side is where we have our drying rack for our dishes. And it also had the microwave on it, but we've decided to mount the microwave above the stove on a shelf. So at least that part is cleared up now. But now it's covered in protein powder. It's so good. Like, that's the best. We're all simmers here, so I knew you guys would get the reference. I knew that, like, that would correlate. I think our countertop is 12 and a half feet long, and we have like a 3-foot sink in the middle of it. So our kitchen it's a galley kitchen. It's so small, because on the other side, it's like a doorway, and then we have the stove, a small narrow countertop, and then the refrigerator, and then there's this like weird closet thing on the end. So like, yeah, it's so small. Oh, the fact that you can have Brussels sprouts gives me hope. I'm telling you, you don't think about, like, because post-surgery, it's protein, right? Protein. That's what they push. And then you can start to eat solid foods. But again, it's protein, like, it's protein forward. But I like vegetables. I like carrots and broccoli and Brussels sprouts and asparagus. But you've got to make sure you're hitting your protein goals before you, like, add in the other. So I can't wait to the point where I can have me some Brussels sprouts. I sound like the saddest little child ever. I didn't get any gifts for Christmas. Man, oh man. But no, it'll be fine. I'm just in that, like, everything is terrible. I'm having serious buyer's remorse right now. But I know that in 3 months when my hair starts falling out, but so does the weight, that I'll start feeling better about the process, you know? It's fun. Ooh, let me know how that goes, because I love chickpeas too. I love chickpeas. But that's the other thing. My hair, y'all are it's about to get real grown out, because they told me after surgery, not before, that you shouldn't do anything chemical to your hair for at least 9 months to a year after surgery, because it is already going to start falling out and you don't need to traumatize it more. So this right here will be gone for quite some time. But when we come back and my hair is healthy again, we're going to do some more shit. Maybe not this, maybe some other shit, but some more shit. It'll be a good time. My lips are so dry because my house is so dry. It is kind of important. It is kind of important to know. Especially, like, you see me coming in with my hair dyed, like, multiple times. You could have been like, by the way, you're going to have to, like... Because if I had known that, I would have just had her dye it all back one color, right? I had gone back to my natural color, so it wasn't so, like... I knew my hair was going to start falling out. That wasn't a concern to me. I did not put hair falling out, chemical process makes hair fall out faster together. I just, brain not work, all right? I knew the hair was good, but I didn't, and the ends of my hair are fucking rough right now. But rosemary oil, I've heard like a few things to do with, absolutely, with hair, so we'll try some things. I might throw some wigs up on Throne. Don't ever feel obligated to buy me a thing from Throne, by the way. If there's anything that pops up in that chat and it's like, hey, I have this, hey, go check out that, don't feel like you have to get some things. Don't feel like it, you know? Maybe, I didn't think about that. And my hairstylist, I've never been in a skincare era. Why are we pinning stuff? We're not doing that. But but don't buy me nothing. Don't ever feel obligated to do it. I always appreciate it when it's done. I appreciate the subs and the bits and all of those things, but I never expect it. And like, I would much rather you guys keep your money spending on like your kids, your significant other, yourself, you know. So, and I think I've said that from the jump. I just looked at my phone to see what time it was. Not that I couldn't look in the little corner, right? I could look at the little corner of my computer and see what time it is. Oh, it's Nicola's doing dishes and she doesn't want to. I figured I'd tell you guys her business. She's gonna pop in here and be like, ma'am, shh. That's what Nicole, she blogs to me all day. I know what she's doing pretty much all day long. It's fantastic. She only knows what I'm doing at the end of the day, but I'm like, I fucking hate everybody. I'm going to bed. But it is what it is. How many of us in here really like doing dishes, though? Let's be for real. Anytime I have to do dishes, I don't want to either. So I would rather, like, dishes is like my most hated household chore. I will do laundry, I will sweep, I will mop, I will clean windows, let me wash the curtains, I will dust. I hate doing dishes. I hate it. And it's not even that, like, I find, like, I worked in food service for so long that, like, some people find, like, oh, when you leave food on your plate, it's gross or whatever. It doesn't even faze me. I'm just like, whatever. I just don't like standing there doing dishes. I'll switch you. You come do my dishes. I'll go do your laundry. I hate dishes. I'll wash it. I'll fold it. I'll put it in a nice little stack for you to put away. Like I have that doesn't even faze me. Mr. Quibb doesn't like it. Looking at it'll make him gag, and I'm just like, whatever. Let me scoop that up and throw it away. It doesn't even, I think between working in food for so long and working at a daycare, because I worked in a daycare for a little bit. That is when I realized I love kids, just not other people's kids. Um, Lovingly. I cannot be around kids all day like that. I think that it doesn't even fit. Laundry does not, like, my laundry room right now has all of our clothes in it. I wash the laundry, I dry the laundry, I fold the laundry, I set it on a counter, and it just sits there. So when we get dressed in the morning, we go downstairs and pick out our clothes. Even though we have a closet, it's a little walk-in closet, but it's a closet, a little walk-in closet. We completely redid the closet, but like our clothes never make it back upstairs. They just sit on the counter, and then I wash, rinse, repeat, literally every week. Take it down, wash, dry, fold, put it up. I have zero qualms folding laundry. I think what it is like, I always, I was a single mom for so long with the kid that like little chores like that were like a little escape for me, because I knew at 9 years old I could run down to the laundry room in the apartment building and switch over laundry or fold the laundry. She's not going to get into too much trouble in that she could have, but she didn't get into too much trouble in that little 5 to 10 minutes it took me to do that. And it was like a little break from my kid. So it was something I always looked forward to. Not that my kid, kids are kids, right? Like, they're annoying as shit sometimes. But I think that's why, like, I looked forward to, like, doing laundry. And I still do. Like, I'm just like, yeah. This little space right here, nobody else goes into, that's my little space. Yeah, I have a little drying rack downstairs. I never put any graphic tees in the dryer. Or mainly it's just the graphic tees, like my bras I won't put in the dryer. But all of the graphics, Mr. Quibb is a graphic tees connoisseur. So all of them get turned inside out when we wash them, and I hang them to dry because I don't want the graphics to fade. Which apparently he didn't know you should do that before he moved in here. Man, I tell you. I can't shit on Mr. Quibb. He's fantastic. There's very, very, very few things he does that I'm just like, but I'm sure there's a shit ton of things I do that he's just like, ma'am, I'm gonna need you to go have a seat, please, thanks. But yeah, so yeah, we wash them inside out on cold, and then we hang them to dry, and that's absolutely valid. You can absolutely do that. I saw this already, man. Oh, I don't know. I don't wash everything on cold. Like my bedding, because we wash my bedding either every week or every other week. I wash my bedding. That one I wash on hot, because both Mr. Quibb and I sweat in our sleep quite a bit, and I want to make sure that is clean. My towels, probably about once a month, my towels I wash on hot or we have a sanitized cycle, but it takes like 2.5 hours. So I just wash them on hot. But outside of that, most everything gets washed on either cold or it's called Eco Warm. I'm not sure what that means, but that's what most things get washed on. Eco Warm. So, but yeah, that's where I've been. I got to figure out where we're going to go. I opened up The Sims. Look, I promise you, The Sims has been open this whole time. I was going to play The Sims today. We saw how that happened. We saw what happened there. We'll try again tomorrow. I'm just going to go ahead and close it because that's not happening. But yeah, I think I'm at my sitting in the chair limit. I mean, I could, in theory, we could just like go we could go back to like here, and I could probably hang out like, nope, just kidding. We're not doing that. That's very uncomfortable. Don't listen to me. Ew. Why'd I do that? Oh, nice. I've got to put my camper bedding away. It's sitting in my breezeway right now. It's just sitting out there. Who is that? I don't know. There's a cat back here just making a noise. But yeah, let's go see. We can go say hi to It's going to be a fun week. It's going to be a fun week for raids because everybody's like busy living their life. Let's go say hi to Micah. We haven't said hi to Micah in a while. She is building and doing some gameplay. Ooh, see, we're looking to go just a little bigger. We currently have a 36-foot, I think, and we're looking to go to maybe a 40. But we've been talking about this for a while, looking to do to possibly, after Mr. Quiv retires, going full-time RVing, like for several years. So we're looking for one that's going to be enough space for us to do that. So absolutely not. We're not doing ads because we're leaving. We're going to go say hi to Micah. Go ahead and grab your raid message. This first raid message with the dancing dinosaurs, anybody can use it. Feel free. Grab whichever one you'd like. The second one with the cats is for subs, though. I don't think we've gone to Duluth we normally end up like several hours from home when we go. Oh my gosh, when we go camping. So, all right, guys, I will be back tomorrow. The schedule is to do some building. And I am aware I do still owe you guys our coloring book build challenge. I'm just trying to think of what kind of build I want to do. It could be, I don't know if I want to do, I'm probably going to do residential, although we could theoretically do a community lab, but I think we're going to do residential. So yeah, same here. But yeah, you guys, I hope you guys have had a fantastic week or so. I don't remember how long it has been. If I don't see you guys again this week, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. I will see you guys tomorrow if you're able to make it. If not, oh, cool. No worries. I love you. Remember to take care of yourself and then take care of everybody else. I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.